Yeah, that wasn't very good, was it? Welcome to the Roundtable. We have Faizal, we have Ben, we have Danny here, and yes, we're down one European Cup, thankfully.
Their composure.
That's what it was for me. They had chances. It's not like they didn't have chances, and then they started missing and missing and missing, and then you start, I don't believe in curses, but then I started believing in curses because how can you miss so many times in 2 years in a row, albeit in the same final of the same tournament as well? So it was an entertainingly dreadful game.
Let me ask you, this superstitions, you know, sportsmen and athletes in general are superstitious creatures, right? That being said, Beto, on a couple of occasions in that shootout, was about 4 yards off his line when the ball was struck, which is contrary to every law in the book. Only a brave referee would call it, but in that case, it's the Europa League final. You have to call that, don't you?
I think you do have to call it. And they showed pictures on social media after. They said, well, this is the rule, and they showed a goalie on the line, and then they showed him way off. He's like, you be the judge, in very sarcastic tone, because he was so far off. It was not subtle by any means, and obviously that first shot that was stopped by Benfica was a very slow shot, but if he was a little further back, he might not get to it, but because his angle's cut off, he's got his arm across, and he's stopping it.
Why do still don't believe that? Wigan, champions of the FA Cup. I mean, what's next? Millwall in Europe? Insanity, it really is, but I love this tournament. It's one of my favourite, if not my favourite, cup tournament in any sport in the world. This weekend, Arsenal take on Hull. Arsenal, of course, without a trophy since 2005, the FA Cup, ironically enough. If they win this, Faizal, is it going to appease those fans that they finally got back on the train?
Are they in a position to be greedy right now? They haven't won anything in so long. It appeases them a little bit. It gives them a taste of what's to come. Remember, they had a pretty good year in the league. They fell off a little later. They were leading the league for a long time. So there's some success in this year. There's a lot of pieces they can build on. If Wenger starts to spend some money and some people get attracted after a team actually wins a trophy, they could be dangerous next year.
Moving on to Spain, a massive game this weekend, of course. Barcelona at the Camp Nou. They beat Atletico, they're champions. Anything else, Atletico are champions. How would you sum up Barca's season if they win this, Faizal?
It's not disappointing. Winning the league is winning the league. That's still something to be, proud of. But their brand of football has certainly taken a knock this year. There are a lot of negatives about the way they play. They haven't been able to beat traps. They haven't been able to beat teams that are, quote-unquote, parking the bus against them. Usually they can break them down once or twice. They haven't been able to do that this year, so I know it's a bit on the manager. I know it's a bit on the players, perhaps being tired, but winning the league is still a special for me. You just talked about winning a trophy. It means something to win a league like that, especially when it's been this competitive this year. There should be some pride in that. It shouldn't be looked at as a lost or disappointed season just because they have no other trophies in their hardware case this year. Yeah, he publicly feuded at Man City when he was being subbed on, and he didn't want to come on as a sub. He was feuding with the team in Argentina in the 2011 Confederation Cup, then missed that penalty that knocked him out against Uruguay. So I think, we talked about Neymar not being the right player for Messi. He's kind of like that, too. He's not the real good complement for Lionel Messi. Of course, is a star for Argentina, so it doesn't really surprise me. The team is so young, and they're so exciting. They're so fast. You might as well have that element in all parts of the pitch. Just see what they can do. Get some experience. They could be a fun dark horse team as well. There's a lot of skill there. Let's not deny.
Don't say it. Don't say it, Faizal.
Okay, I'm done.